CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. We are now less than 8 hours away from welcoming in the new year. In downtown Miami, the Big Orange is ready to climb the outside of the Intercontinental Hotel at midnight. CBS News Miami's Terry Hornstein has more on how they are preparing for the annual tradition.
You can just feel the excitement in the air as we round out 2024 and head into 2025. And take a look, all smiles, Mr. Neon ready to head up the side of the Intercontinental tonight at midnight, when about 100,000 people are expected to pack this area in downtown Miami for this New Year's tradition in South Florida. Organizers say this year will be bigger than ever before. So according to the Bayfront Management Trust, this is the largest Hispanic New Year's Eve event in the United States. The party will feature dozens of singers and bands, including Billy Chirino, a fireworks show, and of course the Big Orange climbing the walls of the Intercontinental tonight at midnight. This year, Bayfront Park's iconic fountain is also back up and running after more than 20 years.
We're going to have double the fireworks. So the spectacular event that you're going to be seeing of fireworks is going to be unlike anyone's ever seen in the state of Florida.
So, of course, some important reminders if you plan on heading over here this evening. The fireworks do get started at midnight, but traffic will be impacted in this area all evening long, with law enforcement out here and road closures and, of course, tons of traffic as well. So a couple of reminders for you from police. You can't bring coolers, you can't bring weapons, of course, and you can't bring fireworks to this event, but you really don't need to because there will be plenty tonight. So all of the fun kicks off tonight at 6 p.m. In Miami, Terry Hornstein, CBS News, Miami.
In Fort Lauderdale, it'll be a full afternoon and night of family fun with a massive street festival downtown with dancing, live performances, food, and the famous anchor drop at midnight.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look at downtown Miami, it felt like a summer day, but that is about to change. Next Weather meteorologist Shane Hinton is tracking what's ahead. Hey, Shane.
Hey, Najahe. Thank goodness. Oh, let me tell you, it felt a mess this morning whenever I was walking out to go get a coffee. It just felt thick and humid out there. We are tracking a few showers, that form of moisture, probably making a few people worried for their New Year's Eve, but this is what we expected. We have that 10% chance of those isolated showers that are going to bubble up along the coastline. Those should start to taper off as we head throughout the evening hours, so I think your New Year's Eve plans are still good to go. Right now, it is warm, upper 70s to lower 80s for all of South Florida. We are still waiting for official confirmation from the National Weather Service, but I do think we actually tied a daily heat record out in Miami today, and it felt like it. Take a look at the futurecast as we go throughout the next several hours. We're going to hold on to that 10% chance for an isolated shower through around dinner time. After sunset, I think our rain chances really start to taper off. With partly cloudy skies, we should be good to go for your holiday plans tonight. Now, overnight and then really early Wednesday morning for New Year's Day, we do have a cold front that's going to be pushing through the area. That's going to bring the return of drier, less humid conditions. It'll also cool or kick off a slight cooling trend for us as well, thankfully. And then we'll be fairly quiet and dry throughout the rest of this week. So let's take a more detailed look at your New Year's Eve forecast. Temperature-wise, this is what you can expect for all of those kind of still trying to put together their outfits. Mid-70s, dropping down to the lower 70s by the time we ring into 2025. However, it is humid out there. We've got that moisture kind of flowing in from the Gulf. We have southwesterly flow, so we're not getting much relief from any of the wind that's blowing. Like I said, thankfully we have a cold front that's going to move through the area early tomorrow and bring us less humid conditions. It is also worth noting that we could have a little bit of fog tomorrow morning, not only because of the moisture, but also because of lingering fireworks smoke. Thankfully, that cold front should also help to kind of clear that out as well. As we go into the back half of your week, cooler and drier conditions, but then an extra push, I should say, of cooler air will arrive in time for the weekend, which will bring back sweater weather for the mornings, and the afternoons could maybe only peak in the upper 60s for some. Tomorrow, we'll actually start the day in the mid to upper 60s, so it's still trending a little bit above average as we kick off 2025, but I think the afternoon is going to feel really phenomenal, honestly, in my opinion. Look at this hourly forecast. I think we'll peak at around 79 degrees in Miami just after 1 o'clock, and then as we head into the evening, it should be fairly mild in the 70s. Tomorrow afternoon, I think we'll be in the upper 70s to lower 80s for all of South Florida, so still continuing to trend above average for this time of year, but it'll still be a nice day nonetheless. Rip currents are currently low, and they should be low for tomorrow, but they will be increasing in risk as we head into the weekend. The reason for that is our winds will start to pick up with that reinforcement of cooler air. How much cooler do we get? Well, look at this. Upper 60s on Saturday. That sounds wonderful. And then morning lows dropping into the lower 50s come Sunday morning, Naja.
Looks like a nice 7-day. Thank you, Shane. A massive power outage in Puerto Rico has left 90% of its population in the dark. Puerto Rico's governor says a critical failure in the island's power grid caused the blackout. He said the government and providers are working to restore service as quickly as possible. It could be days to reach full restoration. Miami police are hoping to track down the driver who struck a motorcycle with 2 people on it and took off. This happened this morning off Northwest 7th Avenue and 36th Street in Miami. This is close to I-95 near the Design District. The man and woman were rushed to the hospital. That is where they remain at this hour. If you have any information, call police. Chopper 4 over the scene of a police investigation in Northwest Miami-Dade. This is in the area of Northwest 51st Street. When officers got to the scene, they found a man who had a cut on his hand. Officers say the victim and another person were fighting. When the victim ran away, the suspect fired a gun. Fortunately, no one was hit. Police are looking for that shooter. The Delray Fire Department issued a statement today. It's on the crash between a fire truck and a Brightline train. The train slammed into the fire truck Saturday when it was stopped on the tracks. The fire chief said in part, quote, "They are cooperating with investigators, and emergency responders must always balance the urgency inherent with their work with caution." In video released by Brightline, you see the fire truck on the tracks with the warning gates down. 3 firefighters are still in the hospital in stable condition. A case of stranger danger for a 6-year-old boy. Surveillance video shows the boy with his alleged kidnapper moments before he leaves with him. Take a look. The boy playing outside his home by himself in Northwest Miami-Dade Saturday. This is off 79th Street. The suspect is accused of approaching him and luring him away in broad daylight. Luckily, his family was able to track him down nearby.
While I was playing along, this man showed up to me and said, "I want to play over there instead."
Then took that young man to a local discount store and began to further entice him with the promise of a toy.
It's always been a fear of mine because this little one right here, he's friendly towards everybody.
How terrifying. The suspect, Jose Martinez Reyes, has been charged with kidnapping. The boy's family says this is an important lesson to warn kids not to go with strangers. When we come back, doing Disney on a budget, the special deals for you and your family. Next. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. The official state funeral for former President Jimmy Carter will be January 9th. President Biden declared that day as a national day of mourning. CBS News Miami's Christian Benavides shares reflections pouring in about the 39th president.
Those who knew Jimmy Carter in his tiny hometown of Plains, Georgia, considered him a friend.
He ate what we ate, you know, bacon and eggs, shrimp boils.
Neighbor Andy Walker often brought over homemade dishes for the Carters, who were a simple staple in their town of about 550 people. Grandson Jason Carter summed it up like this in an interview with CBS News.
He was the president for 4 years. He was the governor of Georgia for 4 years. And for the other 92 years of his life, he was just a citizen. And he considered that to be a high title.
For nearly half of his life, Carter was followed everywhere by a group of Secret Service agents at home.
We used to jog down this road here.
And abroad.
You had kids in Africa that lived in villages, and they were probably 6 and 7 or 8 year old, and they would be hollering, "Jimmy Carter, Jimmy Carter, Jimmy."
A motorcade will carry the former president here to the Carter Center Saturday to lie in repose through Tuesday morning.
Now the places of his life, like Maranatha Baptist Church, are attracting visitors paying their respects.
To be able to show that kind of respect for such a great human being is, I think, can only be done in person.
Folks in Plains say the Carter spirit will live on.
They'll be here because we're all going to try and be a little kinder and step up our game and maybe do a little more for other people.
Just as Carter would have wanted. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Atlanta.
In our Eye on Entertainment, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie are officially divorced after an 8-year legal battle. Jolie and Pitt were once one of Hollywood's most glamorous couples. They were together more than 8 years and became parents to 6 children before they married in 2014. Jolie filed for divorce in 2016. Walmart is enjoying big sales with a knockoff of an iconic fashion bag. The retail giant's leather handbag called the Birkin has been a huge hit. The Birkin has a strong resemblance to the Birkin bag from Hermes. While Birkins can be found on Walmart's website for about $78, Birkins start at $7,000 and can cost well more than $400,000. Disney World is welcoming the new year with new offers. It is hoping to increase the number of visitors in 2025. Disney announced free dining plans for guests who buy a 3-night vacation package with a park hopper ticket. You have to visit the park between May 27th and June 26th or July 7th through August 6th. Dining plans get you a couple of meals, a snack, and a refillable mug. Anyone staying at certain Disney World hotels will also get free admission to any of the water parks on their check-in day. They will also start offering free parking at resorts. And Krispy Kreme is offering some sweet deals to help usher in the new year. Fans can get 2 dozen donuts for $20.25 with free delivery through New Year's Day. And for the weekend, Krispy Kreme is selling a dozen donuts for $12. That does it for your CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami. Have a great day and a very happy and safe new year.